farting tape, by the way, that I want to play for you.
Oh, Lord Windesmere?
Yeah, Robin never heard the farting tape, and I thought every kid heard that growing up. First of all, I thought when I was growing up I was the only kid who had the tape. It's really weird. My dad brought it home, and my dad, he says he never did this, but I know he did. He told me he was the recording engineer that worked on the farting tape. He was trying to impress me, and he was telling me he knew these guys and everything. And now he says he didn't know them, because now I'm older and I can call him on it.
Right, you could verify it.
He said, hey, a bunch of guys came into my studio. They're Canadian. And they came in and they did this. They laid this down. I said, oh, yeah? Cool. I took it up to my room. Actually, I didn't even take it up to my room. I put it in the living room. My dad had he had it on a big record, one of those giant discs that ran
thick records.
Yeah, ran at 78 RPM. Yeah. And me and my dad sat there and listened to it, and we cracked up. And he was trying to tell me he had something to do with it. And I thought I was the only kid who had it.
Because your dad told you he bought it after doing it himself.
Yeah, and then about 10 years ago, I'm looking in Rolling Stone magazine in the back, and they go, get the famous farting tape. Sure enough, it was the farting tape.
That everybody had.
Yeah. And I didn't know that this was the farting tape. I just thought it was something my dad did. I said, man, my dad's involved in some cool stuff. And in my house, you always called a fart a flotsy. And I never knew why, and then my dad played me the tape. It's from the tape. They call it a flotsy. It's this imaginary contest going on. These guys did it so well. I mean, I haven't heard it in years. I don't know if it holds up.
It really does. I was surprised because I had only heard portions of it, and I heard the whole thing, and it's a riot.
It's really cool. So listen to this. There's two guys, and they're like doing the commentary, the play-by-play on this big farting contest. It's one of the biggest farting contests in the world. It's like a big prize.
It's the World Series of farting.
It's a World Series of farting. And they play it so serious that it's great. And the champ is a guy named Lord Windesmere. And Lord Windesmere is from England, obviously, and he has a thick British accent, and he is the master. And Paul Boomer is the challenger.
From Australia.
Did you take the part where he interviews Paul Boomer and he asks him what he eats and stuff, and Lord Windesmere describes what he eats?
No, I didn't.
And they describe what outfits they're wearing?
I didn't take any of that stuff.
So we're just hearing excerpts?
Yeah, well, I can't play the whole thing.
It goes on. It's like 20 minutes.
Well, somebody ought to get me the whole thing.
It's only 20 minutes?
I thought
it was like hours.
No. I think the whole thing, the way the guy gave it to me on tape, the whole thing's around 20 minutes.
Let me see if it's the same tape, first of all.
It definitely is.
He's smiling disdainfully now as he returns to the center of the arena. He nods to the judge to show he's ready. And hello, what's this? He's not going to use the farting post. Lord Windesmere, the champion, in a final gesture of contempt, scorns the use of the farting post.
Now, the farting post is the thing the guy holds on to.
So he can...
And this was a big deal. Lord Windesmere steps up. Paul Boomer has done a remarkable job, and Lord Windesmere is not going to use the farting post. He's not going to hold on while he farts.
Hello, what's this?
Well, this is developing into a bit of a grudge contest. He has his hands on his hips, feet apart, knees slightly bent, and a sizzler. His first attempt and another one. 2 in a row, and another one, a third. 3 sizzlers in a row. A tremendous effort. 60 points in its first 30 seconds. This one. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 fuzzes. 4 fragrant fuzzes in rapid succession. It's a pleasure to see the ease and comfort with which his lordship leaves his fart. Perfect technique. And now his score is 80 points. 80 points in the first 30 seconds of the post. Now he's getting ready again. Hands on hips. A little bit red in the face as he strains to... Oh, something there. Wait a minute. Something's wrong. His attendants run into him. He's in some kind of distress. I see. Yes, the judge's signal. It was a plotcher. Oh, hard luck, your lordship, sir. Hard luck. The champion left a very bad plotcher and will be penalized 15 points. That puts him back to 65 points, 59 short of the 124 he needs to retain his championship. He's all set again and seems to be straining a little more cautiously. And here is... a thunderous break. Oh, a beautiful bit of wind-breaking virtuosity. A most difficult part to perform without clutching. This man has wonderful control, and the crowd are really warming up to him. That thunderous break counts 30 points, and it takes Lord Windesmere up to 95 points. It's getting very tense now, And here it is. Here is the next one. A trill blow. 10 points. Followed by a resounding single flutter blast. I think that is. Wait, yes, the judges proclaim that to be a single flutter blast. A lovely change of pace there. And now the excitement is growing unbearable as the champion takes a step away from the post, and his score is 120. Just 3 points short of the Paul Boomer mark. Just 3 points short. If he gets one more fuzzy or two small freaks, it's all over with the shouting, and the challenger will have to return to Australia with his shattered hopes. I think everyone's heart aches for Paul Boomer. He's really a great guy, but Windesmere steps up to the post again and looks very confident as he gets ready for the killing. And here it comes, a threat. That's 2 more points. A little small freak was all it was, 2 points, and now it's practically over. Just one more of those little freaks, those little 2-point freaks, in the contest will be over. It seems as though his lordship was deliberately tormenting Boomer by dallying. But Boomer's smiling. It's a forced smile, but he's trying hard. He's sitting there trying hard to take it like the grand sportsman that he is. But he can see defeat standing ready to sweep away his dreams at almost any instant. And now Lord Windesmere steps forward and, hello, he's going to use the farthing post for his final effort, it seems. Flexes his knees. It looks as though he's going to try for a high-scoring effort for a whirlwind finish, perhaps another fizzler. And now he's trying very hard. The veins are starting out on his forehead, and even the trickle of perspiration venturing down his temple seems to hesitate, so that this mighty last effort should have undivided attention. Now, suggestion of a smile from the champion. Seems to have decided just what treatment is going to give this final bid. I see the audience, almost to a man, is on its feet, breathless, tense. Closes his eyes.
There.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what he says.
Oh,
That's what he says. How to bleep it.
I did not know.
I thought you guys were going to put the beep in.
I didn't know
You
what
just
he...
ruined the whole punchline.
I didn't know what he said there. I thought he said he blipped.
No, he don't blip.
You're a silly boy.
Stupid.
I did not know what he said there. I swear to God.
It was so plain.
Did you listen to it?
Of course I did. I listened to it twice. And Scott listened
So
to it too.
stupid. The guy. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Gary ruined the whole punchline. The guy steps up to the farting post. He goes, and the guy goes, "Oh, the champ," and he uses the S word. The champ moves his bowels all over the thing, and he loses.
That's a good one.
I thought he said he sits.
No, he doesn't sit.
Oh, you guys
Oh, the
are
champ
silly.
sits?
Well,
You thought he said sits? Why would he be, oh, the champ sits?
It makes as much sense as all those other words.
What?
I swear to God.
The brain trust we have.
Gary's
back
the only
there.
guy I ever know who didn't understand the tape.
I mean, everybody here had the same response when we heard that. So how could you guys listen
Well,
to it
Robin, we
twice?
can't all be you. I apologize.
Oh, it can't be you. You're
Yeah,
retarded.
you can't hear now.
Oh, the champ
And
sits.
among all the things you can't do, you can't hear now.
I didn't hear it. I what can I say?
I don't think you listened.
I did listen. I listened to it twice. Once in the car and once when I dubbed it.
Champion is disqualified.
Why would the champion be disqualified for
Because he
sitting?
sits.
Because he sits.
What do I know?
Oh, you're too much.
You're too much.
The,
You are the most perfect woman in the world.
champ-
And you're the most perfect guy.
the champ sits?
Listen, 2 people heard it. Not just me. Scott heard
My
it too.
God. That's the end of the tape. He ruined it. That's why I was surprised you were even going with this part of the tape.
I did not listen to it my whole childhood. I apologize.
And Scott must have heard it 500 times. He dubbed it off.
Yeah.
What's his explanation?
He thought it said sits.
Oh, the champ sits. Isn't that a great tape, though? And you should hear that when they interview Lord Windesmere and Paul Boomer.
I got to hear the
If you
whole
really
thing.
want that stuff, I have it. I wasn't sure if you want
Yeah,
it.
you
all.
have it. Like you have it pulled?
No.
Oh, didn't I tell you to pull some portions?
You said to pull this 3-minute portion.
Yeah, and I say pull some additional portions.
No, I said I was going to pull this 3-minute portion. Do you want more? And you said this was fine.
Jackie, didn't I tell him to pull a couple additional portions? Like just go around and get like little sound bites.
And then you said you
Different little hunks.
Yeah, different hunks.
And then you said, no, just get the 3-minute portion.
So you do this with everyone, I found out.
No, I don't do this with
I was
everyone.
talking to somebody else who said, I used to think I was really stupid because I'd tell Gary that I said something.
You could say Laura's name.
Yeah, okay. Laura would say, I used to call, Laura's my assistant.
And Laura does the same thing to me, by the way.
Okay, I'm sure.
No,
you're the only one that everyone has this problem with.
No, Kathy has the same problem with her.
Oh, Kathy has that
She doesn't
problem.
respond to us sometimes.
Oh, I
She,
see.
You know, it goes both ways.
I see. So anyway, I don't know, man. She says to me that you and Kathy ought to resign then if you have such a problem.
You
No, it's not a
don't
problem,
have
it's
this
just-
problem with Laura.
No.
You work with her.
I work with her every day. I never had this problem. She goes to me. I said to her, I don't know. I feel so weird. Every time I pick up the phone, I call Gary. This is me talking now.
Yeah.
I said, every time I pick up the phone, call Gary, he'll say to me, you never told me that. And I figure I'm just like spaced out, so I didn't tell him.
Right.
She goes, oh, he does the same thing to me. All the time. All the time.
Speak up, Berry boy.
Oh,
The Berry has entered.
Go ahead. Back me up.
That's happened with me with Gary like 4 times, and I think, okay, maybe I was just tired. And
And he has the same move. He always goes,
But
you didn't tell me
He
that.
swears to it though, like
Your last sentence to me was just pull that 3, because I said, what about this, what about that?
I said, just pull different
that
hunks.
3-minute. You said, just pull that 3. In fact, you even said, it doesn't have to be linear. And then you go, you know what, just go with a 3-minute portion.
Yeah, but no, what I said, if you want to pull different hunks, you can.
The last word you said to me
I
was,
said,
go
I'll
with
use the 3-minute portion and then get me some different hunks. Jackie, you heard it. Jackie was here.
I wasn't paying that much attention, but yeah, I have to agree with you
Yeah.
because it's my job.
I know what I said. No, but seriously, I know
no,
what I said.
I do think you're right this time.
I know
You
what I
said
said.
you didn't want the whole thing,
Right.
but you wanted a few things to fool around and
Yeah.
jump around with.
And then Gary always looks at me and he goes, no, you said it this way.
The last thing you said was.
Yeah.
Take the 3-minute portion.
The champ sits.
Sorry.
I mean, what's he thinking?
What other ending would you expect?
Ralph,
I don't
to
know.
that? You know what I mean? It's like
I didn't
It's so
think I gave
obvious.
Ralph
It
permission.
is
Why
to
would
come
you
in.
think it was the
obvious.
champ sits?
that's great.
Why would the champ at the end of a farting tape sit and then be
that-
disqualified?
You know, I'm not the only one who thought that.
Disqualifies
Scott did too. I mean, I
You
don't
guys
know.
are both retarded.
The only 2 people on the planet.
I mean, I was a little kid at 10 years old. I knew what the guy said.
I was sitting back there listening with Tom, and we both looked at each other like, oh my God.
Ralph, go away.
What happens? You call Gary a lot of times, and then he says to you, I told you?
No, it's like, I don't remember exactly, but
Listen,
he's
this guy is not the picture of organization by any stretch of the
Yeah, but
imagination.
you know
Even
what?
you can admit that.
okay, but
Gary,
Gary's
you made
only
you made the
person it
farting
happens
tape.
with.
You actually made the farting tape funnier. That you don't understand the
He's
ending.
a genius.
Either you're a mad genius or you're really stupid.
I'm really stupid. I won't even take credit for being a genius.
No, if you believe it.
But he sweat.
This is a real Baba Booey move.
I'm really shocked.
Nominate me for an FME, Rich. Put it in the computer. Gary's stupidest moment. Add it to the others.
Well, there's still 9 more months.
The champ sits. I can't believe it. It is a great tape, though.
Could you believe it when that word came on?
I couldn't, and I just said, why didn't Scott bleep that? Why didn't Gary tell him to
Like,
bleep
did
it?
they change the regulations
must have.
overnight?
Yeah, I don't know.
Make it
I don't know what
funnier,
you
though.
did.
It's a horrible seat to be sitting in.
I know, I know.
really is.
You got to feel stupid. The
Oh,
guy's
I-
farting.
I got
He
it.
forces out a blast.
He's holding on to the post,
He's straining. The veins are coming out of his head. The
And
champ
he's
sits.
sweating.
He goes, the
didn't-
champ sits.
and then the champ sits.
The
Oh my
champ-
God, the champ sits.
He didn't understand what he heard, and he didn't get the joke all at once.
Right. Right.
The champion is at the farting post, 3 points away from victory. Paul Boomer, a good man, tried very hard, very noble effort.
Actually, it's only 1 point because he had that 2-point
Yes,
little thingy.
he's going along, and right, the champ is holding. He's going to use the farting post. It looks like the champ will use the farting post. He's straining very hard. The veins are popping out of his head. Wait a second. He's winding up, and oh my God, the champ sits.
I get it.
He sits down.
Sits?
He sits.
This is a stupid tape.
Boss must be crazy. Why does he want me to pull this? This is not funny.
Oh, I knew something happened.
Oh, that's too much.
Wow.
I knew something happened.
Hey, Ralph, could you close the door and be on the other side of it?
Is Ralph really annoying you?
Yeah, just sitting there, laughing at me.
All the more reason for me to stay.
I didn't give you permission to come in. Apparently that rules out the door, too.
Can I stay, Gary?
No.
I'm surprised you didn't ask me to explain to you why it was funny. Because, like, why would it be funny? The
You
champ
didn't
just
get
sits
the
down.
joke.
Wolf, can I ask a question? Why is that tape funny? The champ just sits.
It made as much sense as all those other words is what he
Not to defend Gary, but this tape has been floating around the recording community for 30 years. How could Scott not know?
That's another guy. He just,
That is
but you know,
mind-boggling.
Scott just ran out of here.
Well,
What is it, Tom? You believe it?
No.
I mean, you heard it plain as day.
Although I will tell you, in Gary's defense, I just had 3 other people listen to it, and Ed Moyer is a huge fan of that tape as well.
Yeah.
And he says it sits.
No way.
No, it's
I
not.
hear the yes
Want
word.
me to play it again?
I hear the yes word.
I think they want the intent to be that word, but they had to do it in those days. They said sits
Oh, please.
to make it sound like the word.
No way.
Can I play it again? And if I think it's the wrong word, I'll hit the button.
Well, I think we've established it's the wrong word. So I think we.
I've just listened to it about 10 times.
And it sits?
It's definitely
It sits to you?
Didn't sound like it to me.
How could it be sits?
But we played it
All
for
right,
like 5 people.
let's play it
And
again.
All right, I'll play it again. If it's the wrong word, I'll hit the button.
Right.
All right.
We have a controversy
This
here.
is so childish.
Your father, he recorded it, right?
Yeah, my father. My father used to lie to me. He's another one.
For it, and even the trickle of perspiration venturing down his temple seems to hesitate, so that this mighty last effort should have undivided attention. Now, rejection of a smile from the champion seems to have decided just what treatment is going to give this final bid. See the audience, almost to a man, is on its feet, breathless, tense, closes his eyes.
That is no sit.
I bleeped it. He says the curse word.
Fully says it.
You guys are nuts.
Back in those days, you couldn't say fart either.
Right.
Right?
No, the word, it's not the champ sits.
And Scott just listened to it 5
Right? Did you hear it?
Yes.
It's the S word. And Scott heard that. Scott, get in here.
There's no getting right.
He listened to that 5 times and hears the word sits.
Scott's having a
10.
how's it going interview right now.
Oh, is it? Tell him to get in here and have his how's it going interview. And Ed Moyer must be loaded when he listens to this thing.
No.
Yeah, really?
Sober as a judge.
Really?
I've listened. I've heard it
It definitely sits.
It's definitely sits. I don't think they'd use foul language.
You guys are all drunk. Scott just ran out of here and won't defend it.
Sits.
I stand by my work.
I stand by my ears.
I just listened to it 5 times. It sits.
I think Scott's filled with smoke in his head and he can't
Yeah.
hear
Got
clearly.
nicotine in his ears.
Yeah. All right, well, anyway, that's the farting tape.
Thank you, Gary.
What?
I'd make a suggestion. Maybe we can actually track down the originators of that bit and see.
These guys are probably dead.
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know, but if anybody knows the guys who did it,
It is a famous tape.
but
That really-
but it is the champ sits. It's the other word.
Right.
Yeah.
You said sits.
I said sits.
Right.
Yeah.
Can you hear it now, Gary?
Yes, I can. I admit that.
There was
that I
a
can hear it.
controversy about this. That would have gone along with the tape
Yeah.
for years.
I can't believe that in 1995, I just can't play this. And people, children might hear it. Yeah, what child hasn't heard this?
Didn't your father play it for you, a child?
I was about 6 when I heard this. 7, I don't know.
Did your father explain the dirty word to you?
No,
I mean, in the sense,
everyone knew what it was.
No, but I mean, did he explain to you that you shouldn't talk like that, or did just go by in your own laugh?
Of course not. No, my parents were never uptight about that kind of stuff, language or just cleaning my room was a big issue. You know what I mean? It's like weird what their issues were. Like I could have porno tapes and stuff, and I could listen to stuff like this. They didn't care about that.
As long as you
How old?
As long as I didn't wear blue jeans, and I cut my hair.
And you hung them up when you picked them up.
They had weird rules.
How old were you when you were allowed to have porno magazines and stuff?
13.
Really?
Yep. I had a subscription to Playboy. All my friends used to come over to my house, read Playboy. My mother was like, I don't care. It's a woman's body. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not uptight. Those girls are freaks. She said to me, I'll tell you this. The women you're going to meet don't look like that. They're freaks.
Well, she told you the truth.
Your mother doesn't look like that. I said, you ain't lying about that.
She was an honest woman.
My mother's a guy with a vagina.
Oh, stop that.
I'm telling you.
About. You're sick.
Ooh. She goes, it's not natural to have big breasts and such a thin waist. They're freaks. But there's nothing wrong with the human body. I even had stag films in my house. My friends had to get rid of them, and they would give them to me, and I was allowed to have them.
Were you like the most popular kid? I mean, everybody must have come over.
Everyone used to come over, and I remember we'd put the Playboy on my bed, and everyone would get on their knees and like line up across the bed and just like grab at it, and look at it.
Was that it?
And you want to know something? After about 6 issues, I could care less about Playboy.
Maybe that was your mother's intent.
Yeah. She was like, she demystified it. She made it clean. That sucked.
She ruined it.
She ruined it for me.
Would have been more fun if you
Because
had the dick.
before they would let me have Playboy officially, I used to get these nudist magazines. In Roosevelt, I used to walk. There was this corner I'd walk by where all the black guys would have sex with their girlfriends.
There was a corner?
Yeah, because you couldn't. There was no one could do it in the house because everybody was on welfare and they all lived in the same house. It was like 6 or 7 families. So you'd find used condoms and cool stuff like that.
God.
And you see stashed in the bushes nudist magazines.
Well, would they need a nudist magazine if they were bringing a girl?
I don't know. Well, there was obviously lots of different things going on. And I had nudist magazines, and it was so dirty. It was great because, my mother didn't know about it.
You didn't mind picking up those magazines?
Well, I had a little stash of cigars. I was about 7. I had a stash of... No, I must have been about 10 at this point. I had a stash of cigars and nudist magazines in my sister's doll box. She had like a little special lockbox she kept her dolls in.
Yeah.
And I'd stash cigars and nudist magazines in there. So my nudist magazines stunk from stale cigars.
They were real manly.
Yeah. And like I'd take them out, and it was real women. It was like fat women.
Just regular
big
naked
roly-poly naked women playing volleyball.
That's all you could get.
And tons of hair. That's all you could get.
I know, even under their arms they had hair.
But I was
they
like...
were European, right?
I couldn't believe it. It was just like, whoa, they're so naked.
And ugly.
Yeah, and fugly.
Oh, fugly.
All right?
I never brought them home. We used to stash them like in the woods or behind the stores.
Well, I had them in my sister's doll thing because my sister was a little too old. My sister was like 14. She was too old to play with her dolls.
So she didn't even go in that box anymore.
Yeah, because she would have found my whole stash of cigars and everything. And she would have told my father. And I would have been, I had cigars because I couldn't get cigarettes.
Yeah.
My old man had cigars, so I would steal his cigars.
Oh, that's what
you smoking them?
Smoke them down. Yeah. Yeah, I loved them. I used to smoke pipe tobacco.
At 10?
Yeah.
Did you inhale? Did you hold it in?
The cigar, no. I just smoked cigars. I would go down. My father had big cigars. I would just just relax with my. I would pull out my nudist magazines, and I would just kind of puff on my cigar.
Light up
Put
your
your
stogie.
slippers
In the
on.
basement. Yeah, when my parents were out of the house, And my
But
sister
what
would be
did you do
babysitting.
with pipe tobacco?
Pipe tobacco. I read that there was chewing tobacco, and I said, well, this is kind of like chewing tobacco. I saw it. You ever take it out of the can?
Yeah.
With Sir Walter Raleigh
Right.
pipe tobacco. I went. So my cousin Paul came over. He goes, let's take your dad's tobacco and we'll chew it. So we took it. We started chewing pipe tobacco. And we were going nuts. We were spitting it. We were vomiting. My cousin vomited. We were just vomiting. Could you ever chew pipe tobacco?
No, I've never chewed any tobacco.
So then I would just steal my dad's pipes and take them and smoke the pipe. Then I finally figured out what to do. So I'd relax with a pipe and my nudist magazines.
What a scene.
What a
10-year-old
scene.
with a
You're like
pipe.
relaxing in the basement.
With a drink. Rob Roy.
No drink.
You had brandy snifters.
Yeah, but it was kind of cool, Like I was doing some sophisticated stuff at 10.
Yes, right.
Like relaxing and smoking and reading nudist magazines.
The magazines, obviously, you enjoyed mentally, but did you enjoy them physically?
No,
it's just
I was before all that.
You just dug looking at them.
Yeah, I looked at them. I thought it was so cool to see naked women. And then my mother ruined it by letting me get Playboy. And I remember in 6 months I was like, ugh. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
It's more
They're
fun
all
to-
the same.
More fun to find them hidden somewhere.
Yeah. That's why I laugh at these fundamentalists and these religious nuts who don't want their kids
Keep
to
it
see.
away. Keep it away.
Yeah,
Make it
don't-
better.
Don't keep it away. Flog them with it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They don't realize that keeping it away just makes it better.
Yeah. That's why I show pornos to my kids every night. Let them enjoy it.
You do. I'm sure you do.
Come on, kids. Time to go downstairs and watch some porno.
I'll be sending someone over to your house.
Yeah, take my kids away.
Arrest you.
We understand you watch pornos with your children? Yeah, right.
Don't mind the flashing light.
I won't even let my kids near my new book. They haven't read the first book, and now they go, Dad, we want to read the first book, the new book.
Are you going to give them the first book now?
Even in my next book that's coming out, I issue a warning that if anyone shows this to my kids, I want to break their nuts. You can't.
Are you going to let them see the first book now?
No.
Oh, geez.
They want to see. They want to see the movie. I won't
They're
even
not
let them,
going to the movie either?
I won't even let them read. No. You should see the script.
I haven't seen the script.
If Howard showed them the book, he would have to cut it up like, when prisoners get their newspapers,
right.
and it'd be nothing. It'd be like Swiss cheese.
My wife came downstairs. She knew I had an advanced copy of the book.
She hasn't seen it?
No. She says to me, oh, good, I want to go read it. So she's, let me look at the pictures. She starts leafing through. I go, no. I just want to look through it. I won't even show my wife the book.
You shouldn't.
I know.
You really shouldn't.
I got to get a hold of this.
I'll wait till you read this thing. Oh, I thought it was cool when I was writing it.
It probably is cool.
Yeah.
It's still cool. It's just when she sees it, it won't be as cool.
It won't be. Your life won't be cool.
She's got to understand I'm an artist.
Right. This is all made up. You'll tell her it's made up.
Yeah, I'll convince her.
I was curious what you told her and what you didn't tell her about.
I've told her nothing. She hasn't read it. She hasn't read the chapter about my mental illness.
Oh, really?
She has no idea. She goes, what is this mental illness chapter?
Oh, look at that look on Gary's face. Did you understand that, Gary? Maybe you didn't get the
that he
look on
understands.
there either.
The champ sits. I can't believe you don't understand
Robert
the farting tape.
Spun the wheel right back. She said, oh, my God, 10 minutes went by. We haven't hammered Gary.
I saw an opening.
An opening, and she jumped on it.
Right. But if you want your kids to not be all hung up on pornography, let them read it, and then they'll be sick of it in a week. I put wieners on my kids' dolls. Now they don't care.
Don't take his advice about parenting.
You're worried about me being a bad influence.
Well, yesterday I told you that story about the guy on the plane who got a little out of control when he had a little too much to drink.
Did you see the newscast last night on TV?
No, why?
They had a report on this story, and they couldn't handle it the way we did about the guy who made a duty on the plane.
They didn't tell you he defecated?
Well, no, they didn't say defecate. They said I think the one I saw, they said he went to the bathroom.
They're like children.
Yeah.
They have to dance around it.
I didn't hear anyone even say defecate. Because if you say defecate on TV, people get all uptight. Defecate.
Well, that's what he did.
And the news people had to handle it like a straight story.
Well, it is a straight story.
This guy runs up into first class.
I think he was in first class.
Oh, was he?
I get the impression he was a first class passenger.
I got the guy's home phone number.
How'd you get that?
I have it.
Well,
I don't think he'll come on the air.
Right to
Gary, call him, ask him if he'll come on the air with us.
He is denying that any of this happened. Maybe he has an explanation.
Yeah. But everyone saw him do it. It's not like he didn't have a million witnesses.
Well, yeah.
He ran up to first class. Just to recap, he duded. Like he just went.
Well, he did more than that. First, he was drinking before he got on the plane. It was a 12-hour flight from Buenos Aires. He gets on the plane. He's drinking his, well beyond his limit.
Right.
They finally notice that he's getting a little out of control, so they try to stop him from drinking.
Right.
And he starts stealing drinks right off the cart. He just can't stop, so he starts taking them himself. Then when they try to intercede physically, he threatened the male flight attendant, and he took the female flight attendant, threw her into a seat.
Right.
Then he jumped up on their cart and went to the bathroom.
Cool.
He used the linen napkins, that you have in first class.
To wipe.
To wipe himself. Then he, must have been a little messy because he took his fingers and he smeared them on the counters and on some of their equipment. And then he got off the cart and I guess he tracked duty through the cabin.
Yeah, and all the other passengers. I just would love to interview the passengers and ask them what they did while this guy was up on a cart drunk making a duty. Now, here's what you do when a man makes duty.
Karate expert.
Yeah, make sure. Yeah, we're going to have 2 karate experts on board at all time, and we're going to have lots of toothpicks so people can pick the duty out of their shoes, out of their tennis sneakers.
They'll add it to that movie.
Yeah, they'll add it to the movie.
No, going to the bathroom on the surface.
Yeah, it's just incredible. Lawyers have ruined this country. Because in the old days, nobody would even take this seriously. They would say, oh, my God, it was a terrible
That's
thing.
one out-of-control person.
Of course. No one can control the behavior of these people on flight.
It was a fluke.
It was a fluke. What's your Jokeland address? http:// www. dot what?
Interstar.com
Yeah.
slash Jokeland.html.
Good. It's important.
TP. Address is so easy.
Semicolon. TP. And that little squiggly thing.
Hey, boys, we got a party.
Snoop Doggy Dog.
One song is called If We All Effed. And another song is called Bomb as with P, with the P word at the end of it.
Bomb as P.
And one of the guys in the dog pound is called Corrupt.
Right.
And the other guy's name is That Nigga Daz.
That nigga Daz. I'm a woman, yeah, man. That nigga Daz.
So I can't wait for dog food.
Dog food. Dog food.
To hit the stores. So I can pick this up and check it out. It was one of the reasons Time Warner wound up dropping Death Row Records, you know, because of all the protests about what was going to be on this album. So they certainly have made it enticing.
Right. Well, listen, it's very, very interesting and fascinating. We need to learn more.
Get Shorty was #1 at the box office for the second week in a row. This is John Travolta's latest film.
All of a sudden, he's a big deal again.
He's made a complete comeback.
John Travolta.
But Vampire in Brooklyn, the new Eddie Murphy film, was #2. Powder, the film by the former, or the convicted child molester, was #3.
That seems pretty good. They got any cute little kids in there?
I did read that there was a scene where this guy takes a lingering look at some young boy or something. I don't know. But, now everybody's going to read into everything.
Hello. Right.
About the film.
Hello.
Copycat was #4. That's the new one with Sigourney Weaver and Holly Hunter. With Harry Connick Jr. as a demented serial killer.
This is Copycat. Speaking from the back.
So that's what's going on in movies these days. So Eddie Murphy has the #2 film of the week. And do you know who is the most popular Hollywood star?
Fred Norris. Jackie the Motley.
Wrong on both counts. No, seriously, who is the most popular star in Hollywood?
I'm going to say Nancy Sirianni. No, I'm going to say man or woman?
Man.
Man?
Because women don't even make it into the top 20.
Tom Cruise.
Oh, wrong.
Clint Eastwood.
Wrong.
Rosie O'Donnell.
No.
Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt.
No.
Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh, let me think.
You're never going to guess.
I bet you I will. The most popular male star.
Most popular star.
Jim Carrey.
Tim Allen.
Jim Carrey.
No.
Jim Carrey.
No.
Lawrence Fishburne.
Lawrence Fishburne.
What?
Lawrence Fishburne. Pierce Brosnan.
All wrong.
Wait, this is fun guessing.
Burl Ives. Mel Gibson.
You're getting closer.
Hey, would you blow me?
He
Luke
didn't even
Edmundrick.
show up on the list.
Luke what?
Luke?
Edmundrick.
Oh, dear.
Luke Edmundrick.
No.
Yes, sir.
Are you willing to give up now?
I'm going to guess. And I'm going to say the most popular star in Hollywood is...
The star of all stars. Outshines every other.
Biggest star in the movies you're talking about.
Biggest star.
Oh, star, not just movie star. I'm thinking movies.
No, movie star.
A movie star.
Yeah.
Biggest movie star ever.
Biggest movie star. Who outshines them all?
Sylvester Stallone. Five-ish Finkel. Huh? Five-ish Finkel. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No.
Richard Dawson.
You're so off.
Warren Beatty.
No.
Woody Allen.
Who?
Woody Allen.
No.
Woody Harrelson. Sal
Give
Mineo.
up already.
Come on, we're going to get it. Wait, I want to get this.
Denzel Lincoln.
Denzel Lincoln.
Nice. Taken from the bed.
Washington.
Denzel Washington. Samuel L. Jackson. Ruby G.
Are you just going to name everybody you know?
Billy, right?
Ruby D.
Ruby G. R.C. Davis. Taken from the bed.
James Earl Jones. You,
All right, who is it?
you ready?
O.J. Simpson. Jennifer Tilly.
Who?
Here we go.
Jennifer Tilly.
Jennifer Tilly.
Here we go. The most...
Wait, I should be able to get this. An old man, I bet it is. Someone very old. Because Fred said Burl Ives.
Donald O'Connor.
Who, huh?
Donald O'Connor.
No.
Donna Michi.
All right, I give up.
The favorite actor is
Bela Lugosi.
dead.
Dead.
John Wayne is number
well,
one.
Oh, you said today.
Yes! This is a recent survey.
That's a good one.
Is the most popular.
That's a good one.
He died in 1979 and is still at the top of the charts when they do this survey every year.
John Wayne.
Clint Eastwood beat him out in 1993 and 1994, but John Wayne was back on top this year.
You should have said the biggest star living or dead.
No,
Yes.
it's the biggest. They don't ask. They just ask people, who's your favorite actor? And John Wayne wins.
John Wayne.
You're right, sir. Clint Eastwood was number 2. Mel Gibson was number 3. Denzel Washington 4. Kevin Costner 5. And Tom Hanks was number 6.
You know, I saw Clint Eastwood on TV, and they're right. John Wayne looks better now than Clint Eastwood.
John Wayne is holding up. Clint Eastwood's falling apart.
Clint fell apart.
His android vein.
Clint fell apart. Taken from the bed.
Females don't even crack the top 20.
Crack.
Where's Robin? Why is she late every time I look up? Then I start talking, and then she's not here. Oh, I see. All right, well, that's different. Sometimes you can't help that. That you could help. Anyway, something very,
What goes in must come out. Lettuce and fruit.
What?
Lettuce and fruit. Lettuce and fruit. It's called drainage. It's very important.
Very good. All right. Thank you. Thank you with the music. Anyway, something weird happened yesterday. I think Robin wiped standing up. That's the problem.
Takes longer.
Takes longer?
Takes longer, I think.
I think so.
You got to balance yourself.
Yeah.
The modern way.
Where is Robin? That's it's just annoying that I have to start something and then she comes in and goes, "What did you say?"
It's not her fault, though.
What's going on?
I had to walk alone.
Where's Robin?
I have no idea.
She disappeared.
I had to avoid people.
She's not out in the. I guess she's in the bathroom because she's not out in
All right, thank you.
Howard, there's a woman here.
What woman?
To get painted for Halloween.
I don't know what that was. How did that happen? Do me a favor, though. Let's get that resolved, because what happens is I open up the microphone, then I start something, then you come in, and I go, hey, wait, let me repeat this. So let's get that resolved, okay? So that there's a bathroom radio or something. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Because it really kind of slows the whole thing down. Oh, crap. Goddamn computers.
Lower East Side, Capricorn. Hey, hey, get high. Marijuana, hey, 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 get high.
But not to say anything here, but aren't you ripping off the Steam song?
No, that's the intro.
No.
That's the introduction to go to my song.
So is that the same thing they're doing with your...
No, it's known as a soundbite. It's
soundbite.
Not taking the middle A like Joe Lennon said.
Oh, okay, got it. It's just a little intro. Hey, hey,
get high. Marijuana, hey, 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 get high.
You know this song.
Marijuana.
Go ahead.
Marijuana.
Go ahead.
Marijuana. Everybody.
Marijuana. You like marijuana. You like marijuana. We like marijuana too. Yeah, baby. Up against the wall. You can't say that on radio.
And by the way, at the same time,
did you write that part, up against the wall? That part?
I did that.
That's good, man.
DOA's doing that song for me right now. That's
what was that?
On EMI Records.
Really? All right, listen. Stop name dropping and stop trying to impress me. We know what you are.
What am I?
Every minute.
What
DOA Records.
He's dropping names.
Dropping names. You look like a loser. You look like a loser when you drop all those names. Seriously. You
really?
gotta, just do your thing.
We wanted to talk to David Peel.
DOI, this one's doing it, that one's doing it. Meanwhile, nobody's heard any of this. All right?
Most requested
Most requested song. When you say stuff like that, you lose credibility.
By the way, I did an O.J. Simpson
You know, when the Beatles used to walk around, they didn't go, "Oh, this is the most requested song." They just let their music speak for itself.
My teacher.
Right? Am I right? Am I right, Tommy?
You got it, man.
Right.
You went to Boston University. Did you go with Steve Tyler, by the way?
Yes, I did.
My God, you lucky devil.
All right. Now we were roommates. All right, listen to me, because you're exhausting me.
It's always a trip.
I see you brought your guitars. I'm trying to promote your out. This song, Hempolation,
on Capricorn Records,
and it's in the store now.
Right, all the stores from Tower Records right on throughout the whole nation right now.
It must be thrilling to be on with the counting. What do you call the Black Crows?
It must be be in the stores.
The Black Crows. Yeah, he must be thrilled to have a record in the stores. The Black Crows are very much pro marijuana.
I like your book. I'm not a bookie.
The in the stores now. It's exciting to have this record out, and you're with the Black Crows, who are very pro marijuana.
Blues Travelers too.
I am very pro marijuana. I'm not a marijuana smoker anymore, but I do believe in the legalization of marijuana. I think it's absurd to take one drug, one thing, one element in our society and say this you can't have when doctors are prescribing everything. So I have to support your cause, even though you two look like a poster for not doing it. Right. Jackie stopped smoking. Why don't you take a look at you two? How often do you smoke a day? Be serious.
Let me be honest with you right now. Take a vitamin. How many times do you take vitamin pills a day?
Maybe once.
Likewise.
Only one marijuana.
Wait. That's a joint effort. I'm only telling you radio censorship.
No. Come on. Be honest.
Underground? I would say in a year, pounds.
Pounds. And like today, how much marijuana? Have you smoked marijuana yet today?
Not before, no. This is marijuana. This is a joint right now.
Did you guys smoke yesterday?
At the Halloween party, we had one.
All right. You had a joint? only one joint?
Oh, no, we had a Halloween party.
Yeah.
And we brought our friends here. We celebrate our friend's birthday.
Right.
It was trip or treat.
Trip or treat.
I'm ready for you, Jack.
No.
Jackie loves it. He wishes he was doing this. Jackie wants to be a loser, too. I made him a winner. It's killing him.
I'm throwing away all my pots.
It's killing him.
And also,
Tommy had fun at the Halloween party?
I actually wasn't even there. I was up in the Bronx finishing some work I was doing on writing material. I sent you a CD about 2 months
These guys are
ago
always working.
in
Nobody
memory of
hears
Debbie.
anything.
I know, and they
It's
always making
unbelievable.
their own
Hey, we sent you one.
CDs, you know,
Sent
it's
you one
like-
in memory of Debbie Tate. Did you ever get that?
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Oh, yeah, you did? Yeah,
saw
very
that,
good. Very
yeah.
good,
Glad
Tommy.
you like that,
Yes,
man.
thank you. Listen. So we've plugged the album. Is there a song that you have your guitars out? I guess there's something you want to play, or
Yes.
what do you want to play quickly? Because I have to move along.
Okay, we're going to finish up with the I Like Marijuana song.
Again.
Oh, I
No,
thought
no,
you had
no.
an
Okay.
O.J. Simpson
Oh,
song.
no, you have the O.J. Simpson song.
You have an O.J. Simpson
No,
song?
no, okay.
I heard the marijuana. All right, you want to finish the marijuana song first?
What? I'll go right to O.J.
All right. Finish your marijuana song.
Okay.
Go ahead. Everyone likes it.
Marijuana.
Here we go again. All right.
Marijuana.
Deja vu. Marijuana. Marijuana.
Thank you, C. Bloom. I like marijuana. You like marijuana. We like marijuana too. I want to be a dealer from the Lower East Side. Marijuana. I want to be a dealer, got to get you higher. Marijuana. I smoke pot and I like it a lot. Marijuana. Legalize marijuana forever. Marijuana. And I want to smoke pot. I want to smoke a lot. But here comes my father, the marijuana cop. Marijuana. Ready? Marijuana. Hi. Marijuana. Stone. Marijuana.
You guys are a little too old for this.
I like marijuana. You like marijuana. I like marijuana. You like marijuana. I like marijuana. You like marijuana. We like marijuana too. Marijuana.
All right already.
Marijuana. Hey, get high.
Good version. All right. O.J. Simpson's song. Let David do this.
The Battle of O.J. Simpson, real quick.
Now, you believe he is guilty?
Oh, definitely. Without my mind.
Right.
I believe in yourself, Howard. Very true. O.J. Simpson.
So serious.
Are you guilty or are you innocent? Who killed Ron Goldman and Nicola? I really don't know.
I love this.
Say it isn't so.
So serious when you sing.
You are my hero.
Look at the faces he makes when he sings.
I just want to know. Why did you kill the
There's a dog in here.
Why did you kill Ron Goldman?
This is a very serious song.
This is a mess.
You got away with death.
Is this a song? Is this
You killed everyone who's dead.
What was that?
O.J. Simpson.
Right. Something.
You gave everyone very rich. You had a ransom. Now.
You had a ransom? Wait a second.
You bought out the way you live right now. O.J. Simpson, you are a murderer.
Oh, my.
Drop dead.
Wow. What a powerful statement. What a powerful statement.
That was the reading the newspaper to music.
Yes. When are you guys going to learn a new chord? That's what I want to know. The same 3 chords. The actual murderer had more melodies. Could not have written a worse song. All right, O.J. Simpson song. David Peel and, of course, Tommy. Tommy, congratulations on being on this new album called Hempilation with your marijuana song. Everyone loves it. And
look what we got here. I found this.
David, I'm winding up. What are you doing?
I'm getting a picture.
He's still doing an interview.
Right.
Okay. This is the one I have here.
Right.
This is the David Peel of the Lower East Side.
Right. Exactly.
I want to get this side. This way, I have a collection.
You are holding up a copy of my Mad magazine
cover.
The one in the Mad World of Howard Stern and Lower East Side.
Maybe when I do my book signing, you'll come and perform a little.
We're going to do it. We become the street band for you. We become your
always.
Your
Always.
minstrel.
Yes. It'll be great. It'll be excellent because.
What's the name of the book, by the way, Howard?
Howard Stern, Miss America.
Howard Stern, Miss America.
That is correct. Yes. Yes.
Oh boy, get ready for World War III.
That's right.
Watch out. That'd be great.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah. Well,
What
you
kind
got
of cover do you have on it?
Well, wait till you see. You want to see the cover?
Please.
Yeah. I'll give you a little. Gary, bring in the giant poster of the cover. Let the guy see it.
Miss America.
Right. Let the guy see it. Let me see it.
This is war. How you're going to have a big seller, man? Oh my God, this is World War III.
Hey, take it easy. What is he talking about?
See this?
And that is the cover of Mad Magazine with me on it. What are you going to do with that?
Oh, yeah, sign it for me.
Would you like me to sign it? Hey, I would sign that for you. Give me that.
Thank you. You need a speeder?
I got a pen.
Oh, no, I got a better pen than that.
All right, just calm down, will you?
Robin, I really love you in the book. I also miss you at the play. I miss your show. I saw your show at Seaport, at the Seaport.
So, let's hope marijuana gets legalized soon. That's all. Let's get back to the real topic.
Don't give me any more tickets like this.
You got a ticket for smoking?
Hello, Joe Bundy.
Possession of marijuana. There's a real ticket. Wow. This is what happens today.
Oh, here's the cover of the book. Take a look.
There you go.
Here we go.
What?
Oh, beautiful.
Guess what? America will never be the same. Move over Statue of Liberty. We have a new replacement.
That's right. There you go. There it is.
Oh,
you like that, Tommy?
Oh,
unbelievable. Perfect cover. Yeah.
What is that? What is that, Gary? I can't hear you.
Goes. Howard Stern, all-American hero.
They wrote a song already.
King of media, #1 on radio.
My book is printed on hemp.
Howard Stern, all-American hero.
Guys, what are you doing? Stop for a second. Stop for 1 second.
King of media, #1 on radio.
All right, listen. What is the matter, Gary?
Guys, I know it's rock and roll, but when was the last time you two bathed? I mean, come on. Come on.
Next time, give me some soap.
What happened, Tommy? You forgot to take a shower?
Nah, man, I took a shower before I came back from the Bronx today.
Really?
Yeah. No. Try riding the transit authority at 4:30 in the morning.
Is that what did it?
What's this guy? The Dove Love here? Something here? The soap master? Brainwashing me?
Did you bathe today?
I always take a bath.
Do you?
The rain today, didn't it?
Somebody's got really bad BO.
Can I get one picture?
No, it's Tommy.
It's Tommy?
It must be the coat.
Do you wear deodorant?
Yeah, sure.
You do wear deodorant.
Right.
All right.
I'm a clean guy. I don't have AIDS.
Well, somebody smells here. We listen. They just got to
defumigate it.
That's all right.
Okay, defumigate.
All right, so you saw the cover of the book. You like that?
First of all, I think the book right now, my opinion,
Yeah.
you're going to have a World War III of controversy to the point where everybody's going to know the world has changed. This is the head of information, a complete unorthodox way of describing Howard Stern to the point where now nobody's safe and everybody's there to make sure it's there.
All right, listen. This obviously what you just said makes a lot of sense. It does. It does. Listen,
Do
David
you ever
Peel.
think that you're standing in the way of the legalization of pot?
Maybe if you guys stepped aside.
I'm stoning the way.
Tommy, what happened to you? You were smoking outdoors and the cops found you?
No, listen.
Because you
I
have
was
a ticket.
walking down the block, And if they decide that you shouldn't be at that place or whatever, they just stopped me, searched me. They didn't find anything in my pockets, and they said, take off your shoes and socks. And they found a bag of pot, and I proceeded to get a ticket. Now I have to go to court November 24th.
Now, how much money was the ticket for?
That depends on whoever the judge is on that day.
I
That's
see.
the problem.
Tommy, so in other words, the cops said you look suspicious, because you do. You know that.
Yeah, all us long-haired people, it's
Well,
the
no,
same thing.
you go beyond long-haired. I mean, you look suspicious. You
Thanks
behave.
a lot, pal.
Yeah, you look suspicious. He does, right? Even David says that.
They saw him like this,
And they said, we got Howard Stern.
Did they feel you were loitering?
He was guilty already.
They just, I see. And the cops, they knew enough to take off your shoes.
Right.
They knew you were up to something.
They decided that, well, check his socks, check his shoes, and they found a bag of pot.
It seems crazy. I mean, what did
where the
Tom?
smell was coming
Right.
Thanks a lot, my friend.
Yeah, but Tommy was just minding his own business. He weren't up to any crime or anything like that.
That's it, man.
Have you ever been busted for crime?
Nope.
Never.
By the way, Howard, I have never got arrested in my life for drinking publicly or marijuana. And you cops, I am the one who supplies you. I never got busted in my life. And over 25 years of doing all those hempilation rallies, ever for smoking a joint in my life.
Well,
knock on wood.
All right.
Knock on weed.
Knock on wood.
Knock on weed. Knock on weed. Knock on weed.
These guys' whole life revolves around pot. It's unbelievable.
Well, it's doing very well for me. By the way, remember, Howard, also, I say right now, I'm going to be at the Squats this weekend playing for the Squad for the homeless. Remember that thing on 13th Street with the big
A free concert?
A free concert.
To the people who actually live in abandoned buildings.
That's right. Make sure they can pay their own rent.
I see. And you're going to go down there and sing these songs to them.
And that's I squat a lot of my songs like this. Also, I'm
Do they have an option? What if they don't want the show?
What?
They get it whether they want it or not.
They're back to the streets. They have no choice.
I see.
And also, I'm going to be going, when I go to Europe like this, do you have anything I should say to the French people?
And how will you go to Europe? You have money to go to Europe?
Air France are taking care of the whole thing.
Why?
But next question. Okay, now
why is Air France taking care of it?
Because this guy called Jean Bouchard, his favorite song is called "The Post Smoke's Dope," and Wayne Kramer from MC5 helped sponsor me to play there this December
I see. So
1st.
in other words, you're going to a concert and they're paying your way.
They're paying the whole thing, plus they're giving me a little expense money, hotels, etc.
Very good.
And then we're going to announce to the world that we want our music back. I want to be a hippie for techno heads.
All right.
Or techno
heads, right. All right.
Yes.
And your court date is when, Tommy, for your marijuana ticket?
November 24th.
Is that right?
That's right.
And good luck on your case.
I'll need it.
You have a lawyer to represent
I
you?
sure do. Jeff Jacobson is my friend for 20 years, and I'm sure he'll help me out.
He will go down there. I
sure
predict
hope
you will
so.
be in prison for the next 15
Thanks
years.
a lot, my friend.
Hey, by the way, Steve Bloom,
I sure hope not.
No, I believe you'll be all right. What?
Because Steve Bloom, who made the hempilation possible, who's one of my greatest mentors for keeping high.
Don't you love hearing him plug? Isn't it fun? Just trying to figure out what he's saying. I love it.
Well, understand, you have Stony.
All right, listen to me. I got to go because I got other things going on.
Okay.
All right.
Can I finish
David
the Post
Peel
Smoke
and Tommy. What?
And then with the Post Smoke, let's finish the Post Smoke.
Yes.
That's our favorite mentor song.
All right, we'll play it out.
You know, I feel that we're being kept hostage.
Yeah, I mean, this is like, I feel like I'm a squatter. What if I don't want this song?
What?
What if I don't want it? All right. I don't think I have. He won't leave. All right, go ahead.
The Pope smokes dope. God gave him the granny. The Pope smokes dope. He likes to smoke in mass. The Pope smokes dope. He's a groovy head. The Pope smokes dope. The Pope smokes dope. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jill forgot to take a pill. Now she's got a daughter. Every Jew and Protestant, every Catholic knows that marijuana is a groovy way to trip. The Pope smokes dope. God gave him the grass. The Pope smokes dope. He likes to smoke in mass. The Pope smokes dope. He's a groovy head. The Pope smokes dope. The Pope smokes dope. The Pope smokes dope. The Pope smokes dope. Cha cha cha. Amen. Howard Khan, take care of me with my new record, please. Thank you.
These things we got to stamp out is more of these talk shows because senators wind up going on them and looking silly.
Which senator
They
went
don't
on?
understand how the radio works. Senator Wendell Ford, a Democrat from Kentucky, was a guest on WHAS radio on Wednesday morning, answering a caller's question about balancing the budget when he misunderstood a comment made by the caller and repeated a slur he thought the caller had used.
Oh, you got tape of that?
Yes.
All right, where is that? Well, give me a number. Give me a hint. I want to hear that.
It's Wendell Ford on
All right,
the
I'll find
radio.
it.
I don't
Wendell.
have my number listed.
All right, I got it. I got it.
Where is my
Senator Wendell Ford. So he's on the radio? Okay.
Yeah, he's answering. A
Got
phone caller calls into the radio talking about balancing the budget.
All right, got it.
We get rid of the tax break for the rich, then you and I can sit down and work out a budget that will work and will balance in 7 years. We have no problem with that. I'm not near as rich as yourself, Senator. Well, I'm not near rich either. I said I'm not near as rich as you. Okay.
Ah, that's great. I'm not near as rich as you are. I guess I'm not nigger rich either.
There you go.
What is wrong with our senator?
Oh, that's great. I got to hear that again. You know, I never.
Stay off the radio. You don't know what you're doing.
I had never heard that racial slur till about 2 years ago.
What is that?
Nigger rich? Nigger rich is when a guy gets some dough, and the first thing he does with it, he spends it on jewelry and a Mercedes and everything. That's nigger rich.
Disgusting.
Yeah. They have another slur that's like that, a different ethnic group, but it's something rich. Right? Am I correct when I say nigger rich? Is that the definition?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Going to our expert on slurs.
No, I have heard the term nigger rich before. I heard it about 2 years
Cash in
ago.
your pocket, none in the bank.
Right.
According to my grandfather.
Who was a great man, by the way. Who was against Paula Barbieri marrying O.J. Simpson, God rest him. Ulysses S. Martling! The greatest man that ever lived.
Oh, he was part of the Mottling Men.
Let me hear it again. It's great.
Robert E. Lee Martling.
So the guy says, I'm not near as rich. And he goes, well, I'm not nigger rich either.
Big dope. We get rid of the tax break for the rich, then you and I can sit down and work out a budget that will work and will balance in 7 years. We have no problem with that. I'm not near as rich as yourself, Senator. Well, I'm not near rich either. I said I'm not near as rich as you. Okay.
Okay, that's the end of my career.
I thought you had heard that slur. Why would you repeat it?
I'm not nigger rich as you are. Well, I'm not nigger rich either. I said I'm not as near. That's okay. Particularly rest of the feather. What did you say? I said particularly nasty weather. Ah.
But if you did hear that slur and you're a senator, would you repeat it?
He didn't hear anything out of the ordinary.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it. It's just
He
unbelievable.
says he repeated the slur to point out that he thought it was a slur.
Whatever.
You know, now he's got to come up with explanations of why he did that.
He'll be caught up in that one for a good year or two. There's another ethnic group that gets that too. It's not only nigger rich, there's another kind of rich. Oh well, what do I know?
I don't know. I didn't know that one.
I can't keep track of everything.
Of course, nobody would tell me that one.
No, you're not going to hear that. I have to tell you about that stuff. No one's going to say that in front of you.
All kinds of things going on in this country.
I have
What
heard
else
that
is
term many times.
No, you haven't.
I actually have.
Where you go that you hear, who do you talk to?
Oh, people you know. And why do you think I'm in fights all the time? I have to defend these terrible
You're
things.
probably laughing, going about
Absolutely. I don't need any trouble. Go ahead, Robin.
That's why the world is the way it is. Nobody speaks up but me.
From a horse. No, in all seriousness, many times a guy who is nigger rich will try to Jew you down.
Especially if he's a wop.
Yeah. All right, go ahead, Robin. There's more news to be had. Anything else, Robin?
Darryl Strawberry's ex-wife is going public. She says that her husband was less than perfect during their marriage. He pulled a gun on me. He jumped out of bed and slapped me and pointed the gun in my face.
Yeah, well, he didn't cut your head off like OJ.
She's going to be on the Lisa show today on Channel 4 at 10 o'clock this morning. Well, I guess it's already been and gone.
Oh, it's a shame.
All she did, Lisa says, was come home late after a night out with her sister-in-law to get Darryl all worked up like that.
Where you been, woman?
That attack in January 1990 led to Darryl's arrest and subsequent alcohol recovery stint at the Smithers Clinic.
You my girlfriend, right? You my wife. What are you? You my wife. You go out like this here? So late? No, you disrespect your man. I didn't know where you were. I'm home here. Who are you? I marry a woman so she could go out late and don't call? Get in here. You're a hoe. Come here. Smack you. Come here, man. You lucky I marry you. You ugly thing. Yes, sir. Picture the joy of living there in that house. Where my gun at?
On another occasion that Daryl attacked her with a knife.
I like these guys who get guns and they pull them on their wife. Like they're so bored with them.
Yeah, they get it to protect themselves and pull it on their wife.
She's like, less protection in the house, please.
I called the police, she said. I was bleeding. Instead of taking Daryl to jail, he went home with his mother.
What's he need a gun for against his wife?
He abused her emotionally, calling her too tall or too thin or too dark.
No, too thin can never be bad.
Announcing that there are so many beautiful women here in New York.
What do I need you for, baby? You know.
She frankly admits that she knew he cheated on her during their marriage.
And he's worried that she's out late one night.
Yeah, she stayed out late, but she came home.
A lot of black guys will criticize their black women for being too dark. Did you know this? I know you know this. If the lighter skin you are, the
that
more...
is not across the board. You must point out that
I read it in a book.
Sometime thing.
Read it in your book.
It's not everybody.
Yeah, sure. You made that clear. Seemed like everybody to me.
Well, everybody when I was growing up, but
Right.
some people have become enlightened.
Come here, bitch. You're too dark. Stay out of the sun. You in the sun today with your sister? Wear a hat in the sun. You look too dark. You know, lighter skin you are, the better off you is. I mean, am. Whatever.
She related Daryl's violent behavior to his performance on the baseball field. When he wasn't doing well, life got worse for her at home.
Hey, baby, where are you, man? I just had a good game. Come on over here to Daddy. Where are you, baby? What's that? We lost? Get over here. Get over here, you light skin. Look at you, dark skin today.
But, you know, you don't win either way. You know, they'll start screaming at you if you're light skinned. So.
Open your mouth. Let me see you been kissing someone. Don't we have tape of that argument?
You have it?
Come here, baby. What's the matter with you? Come on, Darryl. How did you do that? What did you say to me, man? How did you do that? Make you shut up your mouth. How did I get you to talk? You wait till I'm done. But Darryl, baby, how do you say that? Just shut up. You know why your teeth is so white? Why my teeth so white? Because you're so dark. Now go brush your teeth and lighten your skin. Could you be out in the sun, you dog-ass bitch?
Oh, boy.
If you get any darker, we won't be able to see you soon. Why you make fun of me, baby, when I be dark? I can't help the color of my skin. Man, I go out in New York. They got the light-skinned bitches all over the place, man. I can get any one of them. I know you can. I don't know why you mad at me because I'm so black. I don't cry, baby. Where's my gun at? Can't you scrub off some of that dead dark? Oh, now I want to be lighter, but I can't. Man, I'm sick of you bitches. I'm down Strawberry. I wish I could shoot the dark off you, you tall, skinny bitch. You call me so bitty bitch? I don't know it. Shut up. You talk too much. Don't you yell at me. I understand your crying. Crying like a white woman. Take a punch and bend over. I don't want to bend over, take no punch, please. Where would you have your sister? Where would you have your sister when I was home from the game? I had a bad game. I come home here all messed up. You come on a bad game. You expect your wife to be here. I don't need this. I can with all kind of dark-ass bitches anywhere I want. You know, we're going to marry you being so dark. I didn't mean to be out late with my sister. We was having a good time, and I thought you were going to be thinking, shut up, man. How about it? Excuse me.
How much longer is this argument going to go on?
A lot of people are interested.
Calls the police.
Where is you? I promise I'll stay out of the sun, pal. And you don't look so good either. You kind of dark. I ain't as dark as you, because I wear a baseball hat. But you look like Dino from the Flintstones. Who you calling Dino from the Flintstones? Oh, dark ass, you bitch. You so dark you better wear white gloves when you eat Tootsie Rolls.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
You a racist. I ain't racist. I say it like it is. Sound like a wolf.
I love that.
Go on?
Man, it must be close to the weekend because I'm sitting here playing with myself.
Oh, dear. That is not news.
I didn't say it was news, but
Don't announce it here.
it is news, but it's not real important news. Yeah. So here he is with Sid Caesar, and he asked the worst question. What is the worst question you could ask Sid Caesar?
Who are you?
Exactly.
Oh.
You know, you go to a guy who thinks he's famous, and you say, "Who are you?" That's like, that cuts.
How you doing, man? How's it going?
Very well, thank you.
Congratulations on your illustrious career. This is for WXRK Radio. Who are you now?
Sid Caesar.
Okay, let me ask you.
Who are you now?
Congratulations on your illustrious career.
First he congratulates him.
Who are you now?
Pumps him up to knock him down.
Wow.
Ooh,
You
what a
suck, man.
setup. What a setup.
Hey, that was some ad-libbing.
John automatically says that, I think, while he's reading the first question, right?
Yeah.
But no, I have to get him situated.
He's
in
a
front
little
of
ass
the
kiss,
camera,
yeah.
and I hope people walk away. That's are a little nervous.
Ooh. All right, I'm done. I don't need to hear anymore.
Yeah, oh, sure.
Did you give him a copy of my book?
Yeah, take a note.
Yeah, you ought to have a gift.
You deserve another book. Here.
You ought to have a gift after that.
What did you do to make your name in showbiz?
I worked hard. What you do to make your name in showbiz? You work hard.
Exactly. Do you think it's fair that Jim Carrey gets paid $20 million a film and you barely get a chance to show your comedy chops anymore?
Well, I tell you, when the man pulls in the money, they're not giving him the money for nothing.
Really?
Oh, man.
This is too much.
Oh. Who are you, and what did you do to get famous?
And don't you think it's sad that he gets $20 million and you hardly get to work?
Yeah.
Oh.
You only get dragged out at these events?
It's the only time you see Sid.
Yeah, you know, but you were so great, and you know what I mean?
That had nothing to do with it. The man draws in the money. That's the main thing.
Haven't you gotten enough awards for doing stuff that's 40 years old?
You never get.
How does he do it?
And it was sad because he was very old. He's
a nice guy.
Yeah.
And he's being nice,
Yeah.
John.
Oh, man.
Good Lord.
Oh.
Come on.
Treating John like Dan.
I gotta leave.
Oh, man.
What are you
What are you going to do? Stop asking the question.
What?
He has no feeling.
No, he has no
Of
feeling.
course I have feelings.
You're like a robot.
A frigging robot.
Haven't you gotten enough awards for doing stuff that's 40 years old?
You never get enough awards.
Oh, that hurts. Oh, I'm in pain.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Come on.
Here, let's hear some more.
Ooh.
We're not in that much pain that we can't listen to more.
Oh, well, you have to.
Yeah,
you
you have
did
to.
it.
It's like a car
Yeah,
accident.
you can't stop looking.
Right.
Were you happy with the OJ verdict?
I'm not going to commit myself.
Okay, hey, Sid, I'm a big fan.
I'm a big fan. Yeah, you're a big fan. You didn't even know who he was.
Well, I got to warm up for the next question.
What is the next question?
Well, it's pretty bad, so, you know.
Where's that big plastic bat he used to carry?
Yeah. He should hit you over the head like you're Woody Allen at a writing meeting.
Okay, hey, Sid, I'm a big fan. Who's most fun to drink with, Woody, Mel, or Carl?
The guy had an alcohol problem.
Yeah.
Recovered alcohol.
Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, he was. Took him like years to get over it.
He used to be real angry, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He was on
Who's more fun to have a schnapps with?
But you know what it is? Nobody's with him. It's just me and him. There's
Yeah,
no,
it's good.
like, people telling him not to do.
And he's just standing there.
Why not? He's working with you.
In the crossfire.
He's thrilled to be interviewed.
No, I don't drink.
Oh, no? You tell me that you guys never hung out and drank?
I used to drink. They didn't drink.
Oh, no? Carl didn't?
No.
The meathead's father didn't drink?
Yeah, he did, right? We had some fun, yeah. That's to drink with?
How about, what was the drug of choice at your show of shows?
Sleep.
Sid, let me ask you just two more, okay? Why don't you join the cast of Saturday Night Live?
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's a
Didn't
good
he have
suggestion.
like a terrible time on Saturday Night Live?
I don't know that, but that's a good idea. Why doesn't he be on Saturday Night Live? He's into live comedy.
Didn't he do the one they didn't air?
They aired it.
That's Milton Berle.
But I thought he had a real problem with it after he'd done it.
You mean Milton Berle did Saturday Night Live and they
He
wouldn't
did
air
it
it?
once. That show has never aired ever again because everybody hated him so much.
Really? Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a real generation.
I swear.
They got to talk to Uncle Milty about
You mean
it.
because the cast hated him?
Apparently, he did not get along with the cast
And the
or-
show was
or
supposedly-
the crew.
And it showed in the show?
I think it showed once. And that
Everybody was
it's
pissed
never-
off.
Now, there's a show I'd like to see. What?
I remember exactly what happened because they wrote about it in a book. Milton Berle showed up and told them that he had invented everything they were doing, from the lighting to the camera angles.
Right.
And every time they tried to like block it, he would go, no, that camera has to be moved over there. I'm not doing it till it's moved.
Oh, boy.
So they all hated him.
Yeah, right into it. That's funny.
The show only aired once.
Now we got to see it.
Yeah, I want that program.
After meeting the guy, it's so hard to believe. Alan, I'll need to talk to you ahead of the interview.
Wrong.
You'll say this, I'll say this, then you'll say this, then I'll say this.
Are you going to talk or am I going to
Don't talk. I'll talk.
Right, I invented talk.
What was the drug of choice at your show of shows?
Sleep.
Sid, let me ask you just two more, okay? Why don't you join the cast of Saturday Night Live?
I did one show, yes.
You been on Saturday Night Live?
Yes.
You ever thinking about joining the cast? Or?
They haven't asked me.
Well, rat bastards, right? Let me ask you, okay, did you and Imogene ever have sex, backstage or anything? No. No? Just two more?
No, that's enough.
Okay, thanks.
He's finally had enough. He hung in there a long time. He hung in there a long time.
You know what's funny? I cut out the real bad ones.
I know.
Like, did you have to put a bag over Imogene's head and stuff?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I cut out tons of them. There were some real bad ones.
I said hi to Imogene when I was trying to interview her.
Yeah.
Because they don't have it here. And I just yelled, Imogene, I loved Aunt Edna, because she was in, that movie, Vacation.
Yeah.
So I said, Aunt Edna, I loved it. She went, what do you mean? Aunt Edna. I go, Aunt Edna. She goes, oh, Aunt Edna.
Hey, listen, she's an old lady. Aunt Edna.
Yeah, that
So what
doesn't
happened?
Jump right to mind.
Sid Caesar just ran out on you?
Yeah, he just walked away. I think at this point he was a little upset with me.
Yeah. He's into
Can't
working out.
imagine why.
Lucky he didn't pop you one.
Yeah.
No? Just two more?
No, that's enough.
Okay, thanks, Sid.
Thank you.
Thank you.
man.
Thank you.
Everybody's thanking everybody.
Thanks for ruining my night, you little jerk. That Coolio, man, I'm down with that dope. I'm down with
Are
it.
you calling him a dope?
Yeah, that's a compliment in the black community. I'm down with that dope.
No, that's not
He's a
the way
friggin'
it's
moron.
used.
No, that's a compliment. You don't know anything, Robin. When you ever hear black guys talking, they go, "Hey, man,
They might
you
say,
dope."
that's dope.
Yeah, that's a dope. And,
No, not that's a dope. That's dope.
No, I'm telling you, you're misreading it. In fact, Coolio, if you're listening, there's not a brain in your head. He's going to love me for saying that. I know to the white people it sounds
He'll
like,
get it.
yeah,
He'll
white
get
people don't understand it. I'm down with that dope. I am down with that dope.
Oh, boy.
And LV, man, that's a real dumb bastard. That's a compliment. Please do not.
I hope they come back to hear these compliments.
Fred, you're an imbecile.
Thank you.
Right. See, Fred's a little black.
I get with the program.
You're a moron.
Shall we go on?
I didn't compliment Jackie. He's feeling left out. Jackie, you're a retard. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, go. Fred, I love you.
Okay.
You fag.
Oh!
Researchers at Duke University say they found that... How does a man's sperm find an egg, Howard? Do you know?
Yes. First, you take your hammy fingers
Oh, no.
and when you explore the cavern.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
Thank you. There is a way.
Yes, I happen to know that way.
What is it?
Well, the sperm actually has a homing signal.
I thought that you would
It's a
know,
genetic code.
since you are so good at it.
Yes. Yeah, I nail my wife and boom,
Every
she is
time.
pregnant.
One time.
I'm no Maury Povich. I can have a kid.
No, a male sperm finds its way to a female egg by following its sweet perfume.
Yes, it's an odor thing. my sperm have such a big nose they can smell the perfume. That's how I do it.
So
I hate
this
my sperm.
suggests that a drug could be found that would block the sperm's ability to sense the egg's aroma.
Interesting.
Which, with such a drug, it would be an ideal contraceptive. There you go. No barriers, no taking of pills. You just block the sperm's ability to smell, and everybody can have a good time.
My sperm smells so good. They can smell anything from a mile away. Anything that's perfumey. You put a bottle of perfume in front of my penis, and my sperm will appear. One time, I was afraid of getting a girl pregnant. I put clothespins on my penis so I wouldn't smell anything.
That's a good one.
Thank you. What a critic you are, Arnold.
Senator Arlen Specter, a man that
Wait a
we have
second.
met. What?
My penis is smelling Jackie's feet.
What does that make it do?
I don't know. I don't see any sperm. Makes it vomit. Best story so far about the book? So, I go into the K-Rock men's room yesterday. Really, I'm out of it. It's like 3 o'clock. I've done about 100 interviews and everything, you know. I walk in, and the exact moment I walk in, who's coming out of a stall? A stall. You know, he moved his bowels.
Gotta be Bucky.
No, not Bucky. Pete Fornatel, the disc jockey who follows us. Pete goes, Howard, congratulations on the book. He sticks out his hand.
Oh.
Wait a second, listen.
He has not hit the sink yet.
No, listen to this. He hasn't hit the sink yet. And, you know, I wasn't thinking, because usually, you know, that compulsion of the germs is always there. I shake his hand. And then all of a sudden I go, this guy just finished moving his bowels. And he
finished wiping.
So I turn to Pete and I say, hey, Pete, I got to say something. And he's in the middle of congratulating me and being really nice, you know? And I said, being gracious. Even though he was jealous as hell. Because Pete wrote a book 100 years ago that I think 4 people bought, and I was one of them. Right? Gary was in the bathroom with me. Could you believe the guy? I mean...
You know, I really didn't think anything of it until you noticed it, but then when you said it, it was so disgusting.
So I turned to him, and Pete's now washing his hands, and I say, Pete, and I'm about to go to the urinal and touch myself.
Police.
I know. I said, Pete, you just finished making duty. And I mean, and you're shaking my hand. Have a heart with people. And he goes,
well, no.
I didn't even realize.
But he realized that he should wash his hands.
That he realized.
Pete's face, he had the look on the immediate realization that you were going to tell 22 cities the next morning.
Yeah.
He was horrified.
I mean, what's his story? I mean, I would never shake someone's hand.
It was pretty gross.
After, you know, I'd say, wait a second, I'd like to shake your hand. I got to wash up here.
Don't mind the piece of corn on my thumb.
Oh.
You know who does that a lot?
Who?
Gary.
I know. Gary has no idea. When Gary, I explained this in the book. When Gary used to handle my potatoes,
yeah.
Remember, I always had a baked potato, and Gary would wash them because I wanted him in charge of it. Gary would go to move his bowels and then wash my potato.
Yeah, I always wash my hands after I go to the bathroom. Always.
I always see.
Ralph, I never, ever leave the bathroom without washing my hands.
One day last week, I saw you come out, and there was one day like a month ago or so, and you stopped yourself when I kind of looked at you like, I was
No, I don't know.
He's going to wash his hands. And then
I wash 80% of the time when I make a number 1, but 100% of the time when I make a number 2. Always.
I don't know. I don't know what you were doing.
Okay.
I just know you weren't washing.
Yeah, no.
I mean, even if you're touching.
Hey, I found streaks on my potatoes. Oh. All right, very good. What is it?
I was going to tell you a story about what used to really annoy me about Gary. I used to be afraid to order with my breakfast because whenever I ordered like a bacon egg sandwich, Gary would come over and take a bite out of it. And then, like, I'll be like, oh, God, he just spit out of my sandwich.
Yeah, I mean, who wants to
But
share food with
how can I say
Gary?
anything because he's my boss.
You can say something.
So then finally, he stopped taking a bite, but he would just rip the piece off. But it was the same hands. He just picked his nose. But I seen him pick his nose like 2 minutes before.
I know.
I swear to God. I'm
Yeah,
not making
his
it up.
fingers, Gary's fingers. I didn't write about your fingers in the book, but your fingers are gross. I don't know. They're like overly manicured and.
Your fingers are gross for being.
I don't know. They just seem. Do you ever check his fingers out? Or am I just the only one?
I don't watch Gary's fingers.
All right.
I just put my fingers in Ralph's berry.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me smell.
Floppa-flowly.
I wish Gary could serve me my food with his feet.
I have to go. I'm interrupting the Ralph show.
Right. Get out of here, Ralph. You just reminded me. Get out.
Police.
Get out, Ralph. Everyone hates you.
It's like a virus.
Everyone hates you.
It's over, Johnny. It's over.
I hate me.
Thank you, King of all.
I have a call, Howard, that I made, a book plug.
All right, a book plug. Go ahead.
Here you go. This is on satellite.
By the way, I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Welcome to the Electronic Commerce Series, capitalizing on the Internet.
Mr. Hunt, you're on Now Line with Terry. Mike Hunt from Pittsburgh.
Hi, Mike. Thanks for calling.
How are you? My name is Mike Hunt, and good afternoon. I'd like to know, what do you think of Howard Stern's new book, Miss America, Humphead?
Humphead?
Okay. That's a question for this panel?
Yes.
Yes.
And what's the title of it again?
Howard Stern's Miss America.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much for your call.
That's funny.
That was great. Mike Hunt and Humphead.
Yeah. Michael Hunt. Did you notice in the book there was a guy who wrote me named Michael Hunt?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the other
he
fellow,
actually
too.
wrote into Newsday. And he got
I
his,
saw Haywood Jablomi.
Haywood
That's
Jablomi's in there, too. I mentioned him.
Right.
Haywood Jablomi. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty good. So, that's a good phone call. Let me hear that again. That woman sounds like a robot when she first starts talking.
Yes, I thought that was a machine.
Yeah, I think it is. And then then there's a guy at the podium that funneled you through.
Okay, let me hear that again. That was funny. I like when you call him Humphead.
Welcome to the Electronic Commerce Series, capitalizing on the Internet.
Mr. Hunt, you're on Now Line with Terry. Mike Hunt from Pittsburgh.
Hi, Mike. Thanks for calling.
How are you? My name is Mike Hunt, and good afternoon. I'd like to know, what do you think of Howard Stern's new book, Miss America, Humphead?
Okay. That's a question for this panel?
Yes.
No.
And what's the title of it again?
Howard Stern's Miss America.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much for your call.
Is the panel going to answer?
How many people were on that panel?
There was about 3 people on the panel.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wasn't a word out of them.
Yeah.
They were trying to decide which one of them was Humphead.
Yeah. That is funny.
Thank you.
And Gary goes, King of all messengers has a phone call. It's not that funny.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, he goes, so maybe you don't even want to play it. But
That's a great one.
Has Baba Booey got his head screwed on straight?
Floppa-flowly.
Michael Hunt, the guy got on?
I love that.
I mean, come on.
Mike Hunt from
Yeah, right.
Pittsburgh?
That was great. Humphead?
Humphead, yes.
All right, that's the brilliance of King of all messengers. Read about his life in my new book, Miss America, Howard Stern, Miss America.
Thank you. Stay well. I love you, Howard.
All right, love you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
I think Gary's dizzy from counting all the faxes from yesterday.
Phony.
I detail each guy who makes the phony phone calls and what their lives are like, and you will be there for every pathetic moment. Have you actually read that chapter
No,
yet?
I didn't get a chance. Yes, that's my next. I think that's what I want to tackle next.
Yeah.
I want to see who these phony phone callers are.
Because their lives are pathetic. It's great. But they're fascinating. They really are. They're a movie unto themselves.
Yeah, because I saw the pictures. Those are pretty frightening.
Yeah, the pictures alone of what these guys look like is pretty frightening.
Yeah, you don't even need to read practically when you look at those faces.
Fred, Jackie, did you read that yet? The phony phone call? You haven't gotten to that yet?
I read some of it.
Aren't they wild?
I looked at the guy's pictures and.
Yeah.
The pictures are not what you think.
No, it's great.
We'll be back right after these words.
A couple charged with sexually abusing boys in Florida have been arrested in western New York.
Is that wrong?
35-year-old Patrick Dickinson and his wife Darlene were taken into custody yesterday afternoon in Buffalo.
That would be my
After
defense.
A year on the run.
My defense would be, I go in the courtroom, if they had me dead to rights, that I molested boys, I'd say, you know something, Your Honor, I'm going to tell you something right now. I had no idea it was wrong. No one told me ever that it
Do
was
you
wrong.
realize that is not a defense?
Really?
You go to jail anyway.
Oh, boy.
While in Florida, Dickinson...
Dick in Son? Are you kidding me? Are you putting that one on, or what? Dick in Son?
Case closed. That's his
The guy
name.
molested his children?
He molested some children.
And his name is Dick in Son.
Yes, he worked at a comic book store where he allegedly
Oh, my
raped
God.
a 15-year-old mentally disabled boy in a back room.
Was it his son?
I was somebody's son.
I say Dick in Son. Dick in somebody else's son. They should change his name. Your Honor, I request to change my name as punishment. Dick in somebody else's son.
He faces charges of lewd and lascivious acts with a minor, procuring a person under the age of 16 for sex acts, and sexual battery on a mentally defective person.
Do you think your name could influence? Do you think your name could influence the way you
It
are in
often
life?
does.
Like, I know I'm very serious, so my name is Stern, and I also look like the end of a boat. And so I lived up to my name. And similarly, Fred lived up to his name.
Which is?
Norris.
It doesn't matter.
And, I mean, Dick in Son. I mean, that's unbelievable.
Dickinson's wife is charged with 2 counts of lewd and lascivious behavior with a minor. She's accused of having sex with a 15-year-old boy while her husband was in jail in Florida. The couple's daughter has been placed in a relative's care.
No, they gave the daughter to wolves to raise. They said the kid would be better off.
Oh, boy.
Dick and Son.
The Dickinsons were among 4
Dick and
persons
Son.
charged in an investigation that centered on the Explorer program for teens.
You know, whenever you see someone volunteer with kids, especially guys, lock them up. That's what I would do. And you know what? I know some people would be innocent, but very few.
Up to 50 boys ranging in age from 12 to 16 in Orange and Osceola counties were molested. So these were a busy couple.
Yes, indeed, Robin. That's not an exaggeration.
Terrible, terrible. Well, they're
Dickinson.
now under arrest. I hope they don't let them go. Nope. I have people come up to me all the time and say, "Aren't you Robin Givens?"
I know. People think I'm Mike Tyson. So I have sort of the same problem. How tall are you?
5'3".
5'3"?
Yeah.
You're almost a midget. You got big cans?
C.
C cups, very nice. Nice
I thought
body.
she was saying yes.
C. Oh, you thought she was Spanish.
C, senor.
You thought she was Hispanic.